many faiths, and we know you by many names, but our need remains the same. We thank you for the opportunity to come together as a family, friends, leaders, and fellow scouts on this significant day in the life of Preston, Evan, Rashindra, James, Adarsh, Andrew, Mason, and Kamari. Today is a celebration of a journey full of challenges, friendships, struggles, and occasionally a little fun. Today we think of all the merit badges earned along the way, the oaths committed to the character these young men develop, and the services to our community these 8 Eagle Scouts work so hard to bring out. We thank you for the parents and scout leaders who gave so much time and energy to develop these young men. So we ask blessings for Preston, Evan, Rashindra, James, Adarsh, Andrew, Mason, and Kamari, their families who supported and encouraged them, and their fellow scouts who helped them along the way. Bless all those who are here physically or in spirit. Continue to walk Preston, Evan, Rashindra, James, Adarsh, Andrew, Mason, and Kamari as they take these next steps in becoming the scouts and the people you desire them to be. We pray that you would bless them this celebration. Amen.
All right. The red of my flag is the lifeblood of brave men ready to die or worthily live for this, our country. The white of my flag is for purity, cleanliness of purpose, thought, word, and deed. The blue of my flag is for faith and loyalty like the eternal blue of the star-filled heavens. Present the colors of our country. Scout attention, Scout salute. On my honor, I will do my best to do pledge. Oh, wait, mine. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. 2. Scout oath. On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country and to obey the Scout law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. 2. Post the colors. Troop 67, Eagle Scout Color Guard, dismissed. I did post the colors. All right. We will now light each of the 12 white candles. Each represents an element of the Scout law, which are the guiding principles of scouting.
Trustworthy, the badge of honesty. Having it lets you look any man straight in the eye. Lacking it, he won't look back. Keep this one at the top of your list. Loyal. The very word is life itself. For without loyalty, we have no love for person or country. Helpful. Part sharing, part caring. By helping each other, we help ourselves, not to mention mankind. Be always full of help, the dying man's last words. Friendly. Brotherhood is a part of that word. You can take it in a lot of directions, and do, but make sure and start with brotherhood. Courteous. Allow each person his human dignity, which means a lot more than yes, ma'am, and thank you, sir. It reflects an attitude that later in life you wish you had honored earlier in life. Save yourself that problem. Do it now. Kind. This one word was stop wars and erase hatreds, but it's like your bicycle. It's just no good unless you get out and use it. Obedient. Start at home. Practice it on your family, enlarge it to your friends. share it with humanity.
Cheerful.
Cheerful. Anyone can put on a happy face when the going's good. The secret is to wear it as a mask for your problems. It might surprise you how many others do the same thing.
Thrifty.
Thrifty means a lot more than putting pennies away, and it's the opposite of cheap. Common sense covers it just about as well as anything.
Brave.
Brave. You don't have to fight to be brave. Millions of good, fine, decent folks show more bravery than heavyweight champs just by getting out of bed every morning, going out and doing a good day's work and living the best life they know how against a lot of odds. Brave. Keep that word handy every day of your life.
Clean.
Clean. Soap and water help a lot on the outside, but it's the inside that counts, and don't forget it.
Reverent.
Reverent. Believe in anything that you want to believe in, but keep God at the top of it. With him, life can be a beautiful experience. Without him, you are just biding time.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. I'd like to introduce the Scoutmaster of Troop 67, Scoutmaster Stanley Reed, to continue with the next part of our program.
Good morning. Thank you for coming out to support our Scouts and our Eagle Scouts, most important. Thank you for coming out. I'd like to recognize some VIPs in the building. I'm sorry I didn't get around to each of you, but we have in the building one of our assistant scoutmasters that led the path, taught me a lot sitting around at the campfire. Mr. Turner, please stand. You can go to many classes, but you cannot beat the real life experience that Ted Johnson and Mr. Turner gave me each night during our camping trips, sitting around the campfires when the boys went to bed. We spent many nights. I did not know they was telling me all of this stuff to take over, but I'm glad they told me a lot of stuff, and I'm trying to do my best. Thank you, Mr. Turner, and thank you, Ted Johnson. Do we have any other VIPs in the house, in the church? Well, you are VIPs. Thank you very much for coming out. Yes, I'm sorry. We have Reverend Lynch. I apologize. Reverend Lynch will give a remark at the end of the program. Thank you very much, Reverend Lynch. He was out of town, but he made sure he came back in town for the ceremony. Yes. Is Carl Bailey Sr. in the house? Okay, Carl Bailey Sr. will give a remark at the end of the program as well. His son is our church representative, our council representative. He's been taking care of us for all the financial and administrative part for many, many years, but he will give a comment at the end as well. No one knows the sacrifice, the determinations that put into becoming an Eagle Scout. So at this time, I'd like my scout to come forward. At this time, our Scouts are going to give you a little journey along the way of our Eagle Scouts. Okay? Zion, you may start.
Scout. As a scout, I remember my crossover from Cub Scouts. My parents looked so proud of me as I received my Arrow of Light badge. I now have red shoulder loops on my uniform and felt like I had really grown up. A candidate earns Scout rank by understanding and promising to live by the Scout oath and law. I learned the Scout motto, slogan, salute, handshake, and understand the significance of the Scout badge. I was excited but nervous about my new adventure in scouting. All the older boys looked so big, but They were helping me get ready for our first camp out together. Oh, summer camp was one whole week long, not just 3 to 4 days like Weeblo's resident camp. I had never been away from Mom that long before, but Mom, you proudly gave me a big hug when I got back.
It was only a few months later, and I was already a Tenderfoot Scout. I started to earn merit badges. I thought getting my Eagle would be pretty easy since I now have my Tenderfoot rank. I still saw most of the boys from my old den during most of our troop meetings. Camping was fun, but I had a lot more stuff to do on my own. One of the hardest things I had to do was set up my tent and repack it all by myself. So far, Scout and Tenderfoot ranks seemed pretty easy, and I was ready to work on my second class rank.
Second class. The requirements for second class were more difficult. A scout must learn to be self-sufficient in the outdoors and continue to render service to others. And the scout must be ready for the challenges ahead. I remember my parents encouraging me to work on my rank advancement requirements. They were always so proud every time I completed a requirement. We were just about ready to go to summer camp again. I remember when we left for the camp that year, the weather forecast was for rain, lots of rain. I remember Mom hugging me extra tight when I got home from that trip, even though everything in my pack was soaking wet.
First class scout rank. It's been a while since I crossed over into the troop. I was really having fun. I felt like I was on the top of the world when I received the first class scout rank. I remember how big my parents' smiles were when I received this rank. I remember some great weekend camping. Most of all, I remember helping some of the new scouts that I just had crossed over. My parents were glad to see me helping some new scouts through their homesick time at summer camp. I had been an assistant patrol leader and held other leadership roles. Now I was looking at my star rank requirements.
Star Scout. As a Star Scout, I couldn't believe that I was only 2 steps away from Eagle. More confident, more leadership roles were coming my way. Even though I was becoming more confident and independent, I always knew my parents were looking out to see if everything was okay. During this time in scouting, I took on one of my greatest challenges of scouting, Philmont. Some of us went to Philmont, where we had to hike 65 miles, where the elevations range from 65,000 to 12,000 feet. I do not know which was harder, training for Philmont or hiking at Philmont. During my time as a Star Scout, I also got an aggressive start on my life requirements. Life wasn't very far away.
Life Scout. As a Life Scout, I couldn't believe the journey in scouting has gone by so quickly. I have assumed more leadership activities within the troop and outside of scouting. As well, I'm now in high school and have lots of activities, including scouting. Although my parents had taught me time management skills, it's more difficult to get everything done. They encouraged me along the way while letting me figure out the answer for myself. Now I can repack my tent with no problem, and I see my Eagle Scout objective and realize that time management and commitment will be required to get me there. The Scout oath and laws now had fuller meaning. My understanding of them was greater. As a result, my character unfolded. I've now become more of a man, and my leadership ability expanded into a valuable asset. My mind developed, and my wisdom increased.
Eagle Scout. It's been a long, sometimes hard, but mostly wonderful journey. With my parents and Scout leaders' help and encouragement, I've completed my goals in scouting. I am an Eagle Scout. I felt humbled by the journey as it has taught me many lessons along the way. I realized that during the entire journey, they were always right beside me, rarely interfering, but they were always encouraging, sometimes a bit forceful, but always in a loving and caring way. So this is what I have learned from this experience. Life is a journey. Enjoy the journey as is, as the friends along the way. Practice setting up and repacking your tent. Train for months before you go to Philmont. When you're done with your activities, take a shower, hug your mom, and do your homework, in that order. Never be too proud to ask for help, and remember to say thank you. There are always someone that needs help with something. Be helpful. And finally, during a camp out, as you lie down at night, look up at the stars above you. It's okay to whisper, "Good night, Mom and Dad." They will always hear you.
Thank you, Scouts. You may have a seat. As many of you know, Cub Scout, the parents is involved a whole lot. But in Boy Scouts, it's boys led. Yes, we throw them to the wolves quick. We make sure that they are ready to lead the pack, to lead the troop, to be part of the troop. All right, so next we're going to let you meet these Eagle Scouts and their mother and their father. These Eagle Scouts had to do several things to become Eagle Scouts. So we're going to tell you a little bit about their projects. Got your mic?
Will Preston Clark and his parents please stand up? The Hope House Foundation is a place where homeless women and their children reside. Preston wanted to provide a welcome learning environment for the students at the Hope House. His project included building tables. Now the children at the Hope House can study and learn while enjoying their well-built new tables. Preston attained the rank of Eagle Scout on August 4th, 2021.
Congratulations, Preston.
Will David Evan Anderson and his parents please stand? Evan built bat boxes for Ebenezer Baptist Church, Steel Creek. While attending outdoor events at Ebenezer, Evan noticed large amounts of mosquitoes. He also noticed a lot of bats in the area. Later, he realized the bats in the area were in the area to eat the mosquitoes. Evan built 4 bat boxes and hung them in the woods around the church. These boxes serve 2 functions. They will provide safe homes for the bats while reducing the mosquito population. Evan attained the rank of Eagle Scout August 4th, 2021.
Congratulations, Evan.
Will Rashendra Medamanuri and his parents please stand up? Rashendra built benches for the Hindu temple where he and his family worship. Rashendra noticed that worshippers needed a place to sit outside while practicing social distancing during COVID. These benches will provide a safe outdoor worship experience for the temple members. Rashendra attained the rank of Eagle on September 11th, 2021.
Congratulations, Rich.
Will James Baker and his parents please stand? James wanted to improve the lifestyle and healthy eating habits of the senior citizens who attended the Albemarle Road Recreation Center. He built new raised garden beds around the center. He then planted vegetables for the seniors in the garden in the community to provide them a source for healthy nutrition. These garden beds will be used and maintained by the seniors for many years to come. This will allow them the ability to work outside and also serve as a new source for fresh vegetables. James attained the rank of Eagle Scout September 22nd, 2021.
Congratulations, James.
Will Adarsh Ramanujam and his parents please stand up? Adarsh noticed the need for more trees in the Harrisburg Community Park in Harrisburg, North Carolina. He wanted to create an eco-friendly project that would provide a lifetime of value to the environment. He planted 8 trees surrounded by a new beautiful landscape to the park. The project improves both the environment and the park's aesthetic value. Adarsh attained the rank of Eagle on September 22nd, 2021.
Congratulations, Adarsh. You may be seated.
Will Andrew Laurie and his parents please stand? Andrew hosted and coordinated a COVID-19 vaccination clinic at Ebenezer Baptist Church. Andrew realized that even though various clinics were held around the community, there were still individuals of color who had not received their COVID-19 vaccinations. He believed a clinic hosted by a trusted location like Ebenezer would reduce the hesitancy of some in the minority community. The turnout was good. Andrew attained the rank of Eagle Scout October 4th, 2021.
Congratulations, Andrew.
Will Mason M. Wallace and his parents please stand up? Mason built an outdoor prayer garden at Greater Vision United Methodist Church, the home church of his maternal grandmother, the late Miss Terry Strong McGriff. Mason's hope is that the prayer garden will allow families to comfortably meet, pray, and remember their loved ones in a beautiful and tranquil environment. Mason attained the rank of Eagle Scout on October 18th, 2021.
Congratulations, Mason.
Will Kamari Ellis and his parents please stand? Kamari built picnic tables for the Derrida Athletic Association. While watching his younger brother play football at one of the Derrida athletic fields, Kamari noticed there were not many picnic tables available for families to sit, eat, socialize. He believed that additional tables would provide them more convenience to families while helping them maintain social distancing during COVID. Kamari attained the rank of Eagle Scout November 22nd, 2021.
Congratulations, Kamari. Thank you, Scouts. At this time, we're going to ask Assistant Scoutmaster Johnny Moore to come up and tell you about when 100 men, 100 boys join the Boy Scouts, what happens. Mr. Moore.
Scouts. Out of 100 boys who become scouts, 30 will drop out in their first year. This may be regarded as a failure. However, later in life, all will remember they had been scouts and will speak highly of the program. Out of 100, only rarely will one ever will appear before a juvenile court judge. 12 other 100 will be from families that have no church affiliation. Through scouting, these 12 and many of their families will be brought into contact with the church and will continue to be active all their lives. 6 other 100 will become pastors. Each other 100 will learn something from scouting. Almost all will develop hobbies that will add interest throughout the rest of their lives. Approximately one half will serve in the military and in varying degrees profit from their scout training. At least one will use it to save another one's life and possibly their own. 4 other 100 will reach Eagle rank, and at least one will later say that he valued his Eagle above his college degree. Many will find their future vocation through merit badge, work, and scouting contacts. 17 other 100 boys will later become leaders and will give leadership to thousands of additional boys. Sadly, only 1 in 4 boys in America will become scouts. But it's interesting to note that of the leaders in this nation of businesses, religion, and politics, 3 out of 4 were scouts. Today, 8 Scouts from Troop 67 mark the culmination of their scouting careers. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Moore. I don't know if you heard him, but I'm going to amplify it again. Only 4% of scouts make it to Eagle. Only 4. My son made it to Eagle. When he crossed over to Boy Scouts, there was 7 of them crossed over at the age of 11. There was only 1 made it to Eagle. It's real, folks. It is real. So these Eagle Scouts here, y'all did a good job, guys. Thank you. At this time, Eagle Scouts, come to the front. At this time, Assistant Scoutmaster David Anderson is going to give you, Eagle Scout, your charge. Assistant Scoutmaster Anderson.
Good morning. This morning I have the pleasure of the Eagle Charge. I have the pleasure and honor to give you the Eagle Scout Charge on an occasion of elevation to the highest rank in the Boy Scouts of America. The Boy Scouts of all nations constitute one of the most wholesome, significant movements in the world's history. You have been judged by the Boy Scouts of America being worthy of the highest rank in this great movement. All who know you will rejoice in this achievement. Your position, as well as you know, is one of honor and responsibility. You have been marked men. Please remember that. I'm kind of off script, but you are marked men. As Eagle Scouts, you have assumed a solemn obligation to do your duty to God, to your country, to your fellow Scouts, and to mankind in general. As you live up to your obligations, you bring honor to yourself and your brother Scouts. I charge you to undertake your citizenship with serious dedication. Be a leader. Be a lead only toward the best. Lift up every task you do, every office you hold to the highest of service to God and to your fellow man. So live and serve that those who know you will be inspired to the finer points of living. We have too many who have used their intelligence to exploit their own for selfish gains. I charge you to be among those who dedicate their skills and abilities to the common good of all. Build America on a solid foundation of clean living, honest work, unselfish citizenship, and reverence to God. Whatever others may do, you will leave behind a record of every other Scout that they may be proud. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Anderson. At this time, parents, please come and stand by your Scouts. At this time, we'd like to ask our advancement chair, Assistant Scoutmaster, Mr. Conley, to come forward, please.
Good morning. Awarding the Eagle Scout rank is an important and serious matter. It is the goal towards you have been working for many years. It is the culmination of your own efforts and those of your parents, scout leaders, and many other scouts who have come to your assistance over the years. It is an occasion for pride and for joy, but also a time for serious consideration. As you know, the main goals of scouting are character development, citizenship training, mental and physical fitness. Since the Eagle Scout rank is the highest and most coveted award in all of scouting, if at this point scouting has not achieved its purpose, then it probably never will. Gentlemen, if you are willing and eager to accept the responsibilities of the badge as well as its honor, we cordially invite you into the ranks of Eagle Scouts. Scouts, attention. Audience, please stand. Eagle Scout candidate Preston W. Clark, David Evan Anderson, Rashendra Matamanuri, James A. Baker, Adarsh Ramanujam, Andrew R. Lowry, Mason M. Wallace, and Kamari L. Ellis. I now will administer to you the Eagle Oath. Please give the Scout sign and repeat after me. On my honor, I will do my best to uphold the honor of this award, to cherish the brotherhood and citizenship which comes to me by this award, to carry forth the torch of freedom and democracy wherever I go, and pledge myself in the service of God and country. Audience, please be seated. Scoutmaster, will you come forward?
No one knows the sacrifice, number of years, waking these boys up, getting on these guys, make sure they do what they're supposed to do, more than the mother. Mothers, at this time, pin the Eagle Scout badge on your son. Thank you, mothers. Thank you, mothers. In most families, some of the fathers have to be enforcers, but most of the time we know the mother's the enforcer. But the fathers put in a lot of time with each one of these Eagle Scouts. And through the determination of the fathers, they want to see their son be more than what they have accomplished. Most of us do. Good job, fathers. At this time, fathers, present the Eagle Scout certificate to your Eagle Scout. Thank you, fathers. Each Eagle Scouts want to say thank you. Thank you very much to their mothers. So at this time, Eagle Scout, present the Eagle Scout mother pin to your mother. At this time, the Eagle Scouts like to say thank you to the fathers for all the help the father gave them along the way as well. Eagle Scout, present the Eagle Scout father pin to your father. At this time, we turn it back over to our advancement chair, Assistant Scoutmaster, Mr. Conley.
Thank you, Scoutmaster. By the authority vested in me by the National Court of Honor of the Boy Scouts of America, it is my privilege and pleasure to pronounce you Eagle Scouts. Congratulations.
At this time, each Eagle Scout want to say thank you. They have already said thank you to their mothers and the fathers, but they want to say thank you to a mentor that helped them along the way from crossing over into Boy Scouts to making it all the way to Eagle. Someone in their scouting career, they want to give them a mentor pin. So we're going to bring each scout up one at a time. Preston.
Hello. I wanted to call up Mr. Conley. I just wanted to say thank you. You were there for us when all of us crossed over, and you stayed with us, and you were on camping trips and everything. And you helped out a lot with Mr. Reed also. So, thank you. Thank you.
All right, Evan.
I'd like to call up my dad, my pops, my old man to the stage. Maybe not everybody knows this, but when we first started Scouts, I started a lot older, so it'd be a lot harder for me to get to Eagle. So my dad was just determined for me to get there. And we didn't just travel from like places in North Carolina, we would travel state by states for me to get my merit badges that I couldn't do during summer camp. And I really do respect and I love my dad so much for all the crap that he's done for me. I love you so much. Also had my mom going to reconnaissance. My mom got me also another pin that I want to give to Mr. Reed, so if you don't mind coming up to the stage. Mr. Reed always giving me a hard time, but I appreciate it so much because if it wasn't for him as well, I wouldn't have got to my Eagle. Thank you. Love you so much.
Okay, I'm sorry. Rich, come on up.
I would like to give my mentor pin to Mr. Reed. Mr. Reed has been there for me ever since I first crossed over to Boy Scouts, and I learned a lot from him, from all the summer camps, all the camping trips. So I'd like to thank Mr. Reed.
I'm sorry, folks, for catching me off guard here. James.
I would like to call up Mr. Clark and Mr. Reed. I would just like to say thank you to both of you for pushing me to do this, to get to this rank, and especially Mr. Clark for coming with us with Philmont, surviving those 12 days out in New Mexico, and Mr. Reed for getting me to Eagle Scout. Thank you very much, you two.
Doris.
I would like to present my mentor badge to Mr. Medimunuri, or Mr. M. Not only has he helped me in my personal scouting career by getting me to join this troop, if not for him, I would join the Harrisburg troop, but he has also helped me with like rides to and from summer camp and has been a very good guide or mentor overall. So I'd like to thank him. Also, he has stepped up as the troop's treasurer, so I'd also like to thank him for that.
Mr. Andrew.
I'd like to call up Mr. Clark. Mr. Clark has stayed with all of us since, I think it was Bear Scout, right? And he's been our scout leader. He's helped us out. He's always made it sure that we had fun, even in our den meetings. He's helped us out a lot. Thank you.
Mason.
I'd like to present this pen to my mama. Come on, mama. All right, so this Eagle project, it was no joke. Late night, I don't even call them arguments, they were battles, wars, some even. Late night wars, pushing me to do this, pushing me to do that, but without her, I wouldn't even be up here on the stage. Thank you, mama.
and Kamari.
I would like to present this first pin to the man who sleeps in the gym, Mr. Clark. Mr. Clark has been with me since the beginning of my scouting journey, in Cub Scouts, as a Bear Scout, and I've grown up with him, and throughout all the camping trips, he's been a big help, and thank you. For the second pin, I want to, can you guys give a big round of applause to Mr. Reed? Now, Mr. Reed, they say the best mentors or the best teachers are the ones that always give you a smack on the back of the head. And Mr. Reed has definitely been that mentor, helping me with the Eagle Scout project, making sure I get it done, sending 50 emails a day. And this man has been here, been our leader, even when his son crossed over to Eagle and been helping us out to this day. So I'd like to thank him for that. Thank you.
Thank you, Scouts. Thank you, Scouts. Again, folks, only 4% make it, and they will not make it without all of you, okay? Because Mr. Turner and Scoutmaster Johnson told me something at the campfire. Stanley, you got to get them to Eagle before the two fumes. Before the two fumes. And I said, fumes? Smoke fumes? Folks, gas fumes and perfumes. Okay? And the Eagle parents know what I'm talking about. That gas fumes as soon as they start driving, and that perfume want to ride with them. Okay? We got to get them to Eagle before then. All right. Before COVID hit, the Scoutmasters, Reverend Lynch, we all talked about doing something for our Eagle Scout, present and past. And Corona hit, and then things got put on the back burner just like life. So we did not stop talking about it. So we taking this opportunity today to let you know what we're going to do, and Reverend Lynch is going to tell you more later. But one of the things we are going to do, and we have started, we're going to have this at the church. Troop 67 has a table set up in the gymnasium for display. You can come and take a look at this. This has all the Eagle Scouts that came through Troop 67. And young men, there's room for more. There's room for more. But this will be here at the church, and like I say, we'll be displayed over there. We check with national and we check with local, and we check with a lot of elders. So we hope that this is right. We check with some of the past parents on the spelling of their name. We hope this is right. Okay? These plaques can come off, and I can make the correction if someone's upset because a A or E was left out of the kid's name. Okay. But Reverend Lynch will tell you more about this. Also, come take a look at the displays in the gym. You'll be surprised, and you'll appreciate the displays. So at this time, we're going to start off with Reverend Lynch for remarks. We're doing good with time. Reverend Lynch, please, sir.
Good
morning, ladies and gentlemen. To all of the Eagle Scouts, we continue to honor you. I want to thank not only Mr. Stanley Reed, all of the Scout leaders, past and present, all of the parents. God honors sacrifice. Gentlemen, on behalf of the Ebenezer Baptist Church, Sugar Creek location, Steel Creek location, almost 3,000 members, we continue to pray for you. We are so proud of what God is doing in your life. We are so honored of this achievement. It is just the beginning of a brighter and bigger future. Our future Eagle Scouts that are on the way, we continue to pray for and with you and support you each and every day. Mr. Reed, if you'll pass these out for me, these are letters from my desk to all of our Eagle Scouts. We want you to know how much we appreciate your effort and your work. We've been working with Mr. Reed and the Scout leaders. We're going to be walking the building because we want to find a big wall, and we will have a Scouting honor wall for all of our Eagle Scouts, past, present, and future. We will also have space on this wall for the Girl Scout program. What is that award called in the Girl Scouts? That's the one. That will be room as well, because we are so excited. The lifetime achievement of these awards will carry you further in life. We pray for you, we thank God for you, and we honor you. God bless.
At this time, Assistant Scoutmaster, Ms. Scott, please come forward.
Good morning, everyone. Becoming an Eagle Scout is the greatest achievement in a Boy Scout's journey. These young men have demonstrated perseverance and hard work to reach this level. Because it takes years of hard work, service, and determination to become an Eagle Scout, this prestigious milestone is recognized across the country and the world. Prominent United States senators, service personnel, astronauts, and many other professions count Eagle Scout rank among their achievements. Now, we are here today to recognize Boy Scouts from Troop 67 who have reached this level, Eagle Scout, to catapult their future. This prestigious milestone is also recognized by community leaders. This envelope that I hold in my hand includes personalized letters congratulating each of the members, This envelope that I'm holding in my hand includes personalized congratulatory letters from the following members of our local and state community. I would like to take this time to acknowledge. Each scout will receive a letter from Mayor Vi Lyles, Mecklenburg County Sheriff, Sheriff Gary McFadden, Charlotte Fire Chief, Reginald T. Jones, District 2 County Commissioner Velma Leets, District 3 County Commissioner George Dunlap. Mr. Dunlap is a former Boy Scout. He also took the time out of his busy schedule to teach our Scouts a merit badge, citizenship in the community. We also present from the President of the National Council of Negro Women, Doris Cardwell Reed. Ms. Reed is the wife of Scoutmaster Stanley Reed and mother of Eagle Scout Stanley Reed Jr., who was also a Boy Scout with Troop 67. And last but not least, U.S. Senator Thomas Tillis also presented a letter and a certificate to each of the Scouts. On behalf of Troop 67, we would like to thank each of them for their acknowledgement and such an admirable accomplishment. Next, we have this white envelope that I hold that each Eagle Scout will also receive. This envelope includes local and national information. There are two that I would like to highlight for us. The first is a letter from the local Boy Scout Council, the Scout Executive Mark Turner, and the second one is from the National Boy Scouts. Each Scout will also receive an Eagle card. Thank you. Boy Scouts of America data reflects, as it was stated earlier, that less than 4% of Boy Scouts reach the honor of Eagle Scout. Each of you, our new Eagle Scouts, Preston, David, Rashandra, James, Doris, Andrew, Mason, and Kamari, you have defied the odds and attained this great honor. We are extremely proud of each and charge each of you to continue to uphold the Scout law and Scout oath as you work to obtain your future goals. Again, congratulations, Eagle Scouts from Troop 67. Before we close out, we're going to have another presentation by Scoutmaster, Assistant Master Martin.
I told her, I said, don't be surprised, Mr. Reed is gonna get a little upset because it's not on the program. But we wanted to take time to really thank Mr. Reed and Scouts that are here. And it wouldn't do any justice not to do that, Mr. Reed. We really appreciate all the hard work that you've done and the leadership and guidance that you provided to these Scouts. Don't be only aware of their Eagle success. When you talk to these boys and you ask them about academics, what did you get? Mostly says A's, an occasional B, and very seldom, if ever, you hear C. So they're successful academically. They're into sports. They work in the evenings sometimes. So it takes a lot. You know, when I was a kid, you come home, you may do your homework, and you do a little chores around the house, and that was it. These guys are so much more involved in the community service and becoming better men. A lot of that is due to the leadership of the leaders that are here, and especially Mr. Reed. You know that because I didn't count, but the majority of the mentor badges went to Mr. Reed. He's done a great job. You heard them. He's not an easy guy. Didn't want me to get up here. But he does a good job of keeping them on track. And I tell you, when I was a Cub Scout master, I was like, man, this is a lot of work. Mr. Reed does 3 or 4 times as much work as I do. He and I stay in contact almost daily, sometimes 3 and 4 calls on some days. And I'm just amazed that he's successful in his business and he's still able to get these boys guidance and leadership. And he stays on us as leaders. He makes sure that we do the right things. He makes sure that the parents do the right thing. So, Mr. Reed, you are our guidance. You are our compass. And we thank you and love you for what you've done. Keep up the good work, and may God continue to bless you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. But yes, they got off the program. Okay. At this time, we're going to have remarks. Mr. Bailey, would you like to make a remark?
I'm going to have to speak real fast because Kathy Bird is waiting for me to drive for the missionaries this afternoon to deliver some care packages for our senior citizens. There were so many things that went on this morning that gave me flashbacks. Over 50 years ago, I organized Boy Scouting at the Springfield Baptist Church outside of Raleigh, my wife and I. I'm recognizing two of those scouts that was with the unit. The first two was my son, Carl Jr., and Reverend Argo Matthews, pastor of the St. Amanda Baptist Church outside of Fuquay. They were my first Boy Scouts. Carl Jr. is out of town, and they called me this morning to stand in for him. And just like a scout, you should always be ready. Just like a deacon of the church, you should always be ready. So I told my daughter-in-law, yes, I'll speak for him. But when I heard him talking about the 100 guys that started out, I had another flashback. When I went to jump school over 55 years ago, there were 75 men that left Fort Benning for jump school. 25 of us graduated. So the situation here is the very same. Stanley Reed, and I call him Chief Reed because he and I shared the fire department career. It's a career where you don't look for a pat on the back, just like a Boy Scout. If you're looking for a pat on the back, you're going to be looking a long time because you're not going to get it. I deem it an honor just being able to stand before you and speak on behalf of my son, who I talked into starting with us on our first unit. I'm so happy that I had a chance to work with the late Bill Lowe, and the late Ted Johnson in this Boy Scout program. I taught some of the classes for them, and every chance I got, I would talk to some of the scouts, encouraging them to keep on, keeping on. Because now you see the rewards of staying with it. I'm asking all of the young boys that are going now, stay with it. You can enjoy this prestige also because it is dynamic. You can't do anything better for yourself and your parents than to become an Eagle Scout. Thank you, and God bless each one of you in your endeavors, especially the parents. I know what you have to do. I've been there. I did that. I'm still doing that. It seems like the older I get, the busier I get. But I don't mind that because I feel like God has put me here on this earth for a reason, and I want to carry out that reason. So if today is my last day, I think I did what I came to do. Thank you again, Chief Reed, for giving me an opportunity to speak to these scouts. And thank you, Dr. Lynch, for being there with us, giving us the opportunity to have the meetings and things that we had and to be in the background at all times for anything that our scout program would do. And on behalf of my son, thank you.
Yes, Carl Bailey Jr. is our district representative and our church representative. He helps us administrative and financially. Several of you heard about Philmont and so forth. This past year, it took, we needed $23,000 to go to Philmont, $23,000. And the church helped us out a great deal. Thank you, Reverend Lynch, and thank you, Ebenezer, with that. Okay. Mr. Turner, would you like to say anything? Okay. Do you have any other person in the audience who would like to say something before we close? And parents, we would have finished in an hour, but Mr. Martin held us up. Okay. Okay, at this time, I'd like Aiden, come on up and let's do the closing, please. Okay, hold on one second. Okay, before he do his closing, Reverend Lynch, do you want to bless the food? Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mom. There's a reception afterward. Come on.
Let us all stand. Our God, we're thankful for this gathering today as we celebrate what you've done in the lives of these strong young men. We ask now a blessing upon the food, that it may be strength for your service. In your Son, Jesus' name, amen.
Please bow your heads and close your eyes. An Eagle Scout Court of Honor marks the end of one journey and the commitment to another. A commitment to a better scouting where all may participate, a commitment to better citizenship, and a commitment to be an example of leadership to all. Bless Preston, Evan, Rashindra, James, Adarsh, Andrew, Mason, and Kamari on their future endeavors. Walk with them wherever their lives take them, and give them your strength, your compassion, your wisdom, and your love. And may all of us gathered here be committed to scouting's ideals, which instruct us to lead better lives. May God be with us all until we meet again. Amen. Would the Eagle Scout color guard please come forward and retire the colors? I now declare this Eagle Scout Court of Honor adjourned. Thank you for coming.
Eagle Scouts and Boy Scouts, we're going to take some pictures in here. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. Eagle Scouts and Boy Scouts, we're going to take some pictures inside.